Welcome back, guys. It is currently like 1:30 in the morning, so what better time to swap a fuel tank into an S10 that hasn't run in 5 years? This thing's been off the road since 2019. We pulled this in here the other day during the Watermelon Fest video. Now we need to take the fuel tank from the black S10 that we used in the burnouts, put that in here after we pull this one out, because this one's got a fuel leak and the fuel pump is also shot. The fuel pump in the black one is basically brand new, so that should all work good, and hopefully we don't cause a leak in the process of swapping it. So yeah, it should go well. That is the wrong direction. Well, it's down.
So guys, we currently got a bat chilling in the garage, flapping around. He's coming right at us. I don't like it. I don't like it. Might be nice and open up that door. Maybe. We apologize, headphone listeners, for the ear rape you're hearing. So, after getting said fuel tank out, we found the fuel leak that Joe was talking about. I shouldn't be able to stick my finger all the way into a fuel tank. And of course it's right by the filler neck. And it smells like really old gas. It's kind of gross.
Okay, so now that we got that fuel tank removed, we're going to move the black truck over by the shop here. Start moving that one. I don't know if we'll get it all done tonight because it's already like 3 o'clock and we got to leave at 3:30 to, work. Anyway, when we go drop this truck off at my uncle's after we get it, running, driving, hopefully we'll see what brakes do. We might have to do brakes yet, but we might be picking up like a 70s dent side Ford when we drop this off, since we'll have a trailer there anyway, so stay tuned. Gotta put a hydraulic cylinder on there, it'll be a dump bed. Well, we have a slight issue. These fuel tanks are different. This one has this. Different plugins and all that crap, and this one's got all this, I don't know if it's emissions stuff, I don't know, some spaceship box over here with some other hoses and whatnot going to it. But I think we can make it work somehow anyway. And that's so it's a week or so later. I talked to my uncle about the fuel tank situation, we decided to just get a new tank. So we got a new tank here, we got a new pump. Yeah, I'm confident I could have made the plastic tank from the black truck work, but we need some kind of fuel tank in there anyway. I was just gonna kind of do what we did with the mud truck and put a fuel cell just like in the back seat or in the bed or something. But that one needs a tank anyway because my buddy Tanner is going to autocross that. So if we just do it this way, that one will keep its tank. We don't gotta do anything with that. We just gotta take the front tires off, put them on this one, and then we just take the new tank, put it in here, and then hook the fuel pump up. And if that works, we'll be able to fire this thing up and drive it up. All right, here's our new tank out of the box. New fuel pump. The only difference between this fuel pump and this one is this here connection. But they send this wiring harness with so you can splice it in. So that's what we're gonna have to do. I couldn't find this style, so I don't know if they just don't make those or why exactly that is. But yeah, we gotta transfer a couple things over, but then we're going to go out sticking this thing under the truck. Okay. All right, so I got these out. That wasn't too bad, just had to pry on a screwdriver. This, it's actually still got a little bit of paint on it, so that should be fine. We do have one from when we bought the wrong one for the Blazer, but I think I got some black spray paint right there. We're gonna, fog that down a little bit. Say we replaced it. All right, voila, brand new. All right, while that is drying over there, we're gonna splice this in down there so we can hook this there once we get the tank in. The wires all shrink wrapped together. I'm gonna take some electrical tape, get them all wound up, get them back under the loom, and then, well, I guess we got a lot of excess here, but that's okay. It'll work. This orange and black one, I just assumed went to the black and white one because all the other ones had matching colors. All right, we got this thing all wrapped up in some electrical tape. I even found some loom for the excess that we have. So it looks factory now. Now we're gonna stick the fuel pump in the new tank and stick it under here. All right, we got the tank all ready to go. Yeah, we just gotta plug it in before we stick it up there. Filler necks on. We had to fight a little bit, but we got the wires hooked up. We got the fuel lines hooked up. Before we get everything all, strapped up and whatnot, we're gonna pour some fuel in it. We're gonna put a jack under the tank so it doesn't fall down, but then we're gonna pour some fuel in it and see if this thing's gonna start. All right, we got the gas in. We're gonna try finding some kind of battery. Then we're gonna see if this thing's gonna start. Hopefully that's enough gas. We got our jump box hooked up. It's only got about half juice, so hopefully it does it. Hopefully our connections are good. What you guys gotta do is you gotta cut these off because otherwise you can't get a jump box on them. We're gonna go turn the key. See if this, hey, we got lights here. That's good. This thing hasn't run in like 5 years. It's only got 142,000 on it. I hear a fuel pump. Should we check the oil?
We should probably check some oil and see how much oil's in it.
Yeah, let's try that. This guy, he's new on the channel. He's the new Wyatt, put it that way.
Hey, we'll take it.
Yeah.
She's in our etching.
Good enough. All right. All right, attempt number 2. Braden's got some starting fluid that's almost out. I'm going to turn the key. Close.
Think about it harder and harder every time.
We're going to see if we can pull a fuel line off and make sure we're getting fuel here. All right, I got these 2 nuts off. I put them up there so we can lose them. We gotta pull this off of here. Yep, fuel all over.
Perfect, making a mess.
Yep, now we can start a fire. All right, so we think our issue is in here with our fuel injector. We think it must be plugged up or something with the bad ethanol fuel. But before we tear stuff apart, we're gonna get a second opinion from my uncle because he is smart and knows things. So hopefully he'll look at it for 5 minutes and it'll just run.
Yeah.
I shut it off.
Alright, seemed like.
We have no oil pressure.
Yeah, but it's running. There's no oil pressure. Just one way.
Hey, we're at 20. We're at 20.
Try it once. I figured it's worth trying to throw that back on there once. Yeah. Sometimes sensors, intake.
Yeah, these ones, they'll run for a couple seconds without that sensor and then they'll shut off.
Yeah. Shit, it's running now. It's better.
Yeah, we're losing oil pressure.
We are?
Yeah, it's below 20 now.
Losing oil pressure. Still losing it, huh?
Yep, keeps going down. If that's accurate. Yeah, yeah. Keeps going down.
Well, it's kind of bobbling.
Hopefully it's not accurate. That better not be accurate.
Did it come up at all when you...
No, it went
No,
down.
it went
on
down.
Is it reading reverse?
It's zero.
Yeah, it's saying 0 now.
We think we found our oil pressure issue. This was just kind of laying off to the side, and it looked like there was a mouse nest inside the valve cover. So it's possible that some of that mouse nest made it down to the oil pump and then plugged that up so it ain't, you know, pumping oil. Hopefully we don't got to pull the pan off. Hopefully that's not exactly the issue, but we're going to drain the oil and see how much mouse nest comes out. All right, guys, we are back. It's another day. It was milking time, so I didn't have time to investigate our oil issue, but there is a possum that is he's just a snoozing under the truck. So we got a shop possum. We're gonna go at investigating our oil issue. Yeah, we're just gonna try draining the oil, see what that looks like. If there's not a lot of mouse nest in there, well, I don't know. Then we'll start checking the sensor, maybe. And hopefully that's the issue. Definitely some chunks. All right, so it looks pretty much empty now. Yeah, quite a few chunks. I don't know if we should try maybe putting the oil plug back in and then putting some diesel fuel in the engine and maybe that'll help clean it out. Because I don't know if we can get this pan off without like pulling the motor, and I don't exactly want to do that. Maybe we'll also take that valve cover off and clean the mouse nest out of there. That'd probably be a okay idea. But we still got our new shop kitty. Just hanging out. He's playing dead, I swear. He's not actually dead. I saw him breathing. Got some diesel fuel in an oil jug. I started taking valve cover off. Bolts there, whatnot. You gotta move a lot of stuff to get to these, but I got it, you know, loose. I'm gonna just shine the camera in there, and then if there's anything in there, then I'll try fishing it out. And if there's not, we won't. All right, tell me what you guys see. Okay, well, it didn't look too bad in there. I did actually manage to get a little bit of a glance in through here with the flashlight. It looks pretty good. A couple small, you know, bits of grass in there, but it's going to be fine. We got our diesel fuel there. We're going to pour that in after I get things kind of back together. I'm going to take the filter out. And then take the filter from the black truck, put it in here, and then hopefully, after I put oil in, we'll have oil pressure, and we'll continue to have oil pressure. Okay, so we got everything all put back together. We're going to pour some oil down it. I noticed on these spark plugs, they got, like, red dots, so that's nice. It goes 1, 2, 3. They did that on both sides because it does all the mixing around inside there anyhow, so pretty fancy. Well, the diesel fuel is soaking. I decided I'd investigate our oil a little bit. I did see some big chunks. I tried kind of pouring this into there. I did see a few of the big chunks go in there, but here's like a leaf or a corn stalk or something that I pulled out of here. Yeah, and you can see there's quite a few chunks down in there. So hopefully we get some of that out of there with that diesel fuel. I did dig around. I found a few more things. This is like cushion from a seat. I got some screen from a screen door on our jug that I poured the oil into. I think we're going to be able to get quite a few more pieces. I just do this. See, I'm a genius. Look at that. I think it's already plugging it up, which says a lot for our oil pickup. All right, well, finally got drained out. It was going pretty slow by the end. We'll lubricate our bed here. Like some pretty sludgy stuff. Yep, mouse nest. This has been sitting for probably 10 minutes or so while I screwed around with seeing what was in the oil pan. I don't know if sitting like helps, but I figured it couldn't hurt. So we're gonna drain our diesel fuel now. We still got our possum. He's just hanging out. All right, so I ran that stuff there through the screen. Here's a screen. I could see where that could, you know, plug up the oil pickup screen 100%, because it ain't coming out. So these are supposed to take 5W30, but all I could find is 10W30, so good enough. We got oil in. I did change the filter from the black truck, so that filter's on here. I'm gonna hook the jump box up, and hopefully this thing runs and has oil pressure. All right, I'm back. It's night. We got Dylan here too. We're gonna bite the bullet. We gotta pull oil pan off. So I'm gonna go under there, get the oil that we just put in out, and then start thinking about how we're gonna get the oil pan off. While I'm doing that, Dylan's gonna get the front of this up on the fancy tires that are on that one, because then it will no longer be sketchily sitting on a jack stand. All right, I just got the oil out. I put it in that jug. That's, you know, what it is. I got some bad news, guys. Our possum that was playing dead, he quit the playing part. So we set him outside. Maybe he'll come back to life. I don't know. But yeah, Dylan's getting the tire off there, and then he's gonna get that one off. And hopefully this will sit up a little higher. And then maybe we'll put like some floor mats from like some old shit boxes down, so they don't have to swim in the oil and diesel fuel that I spilled. And we gotta figure out how to get this oil pan off. Oh, look at that. We gotta take like transmission bolts out. That's cool. Okay, so we got all of our rock guards removed. Now we just need to figure out how to get this thing off. Also, we don't got any gaskets, so we gotta be careful. So we're under here. We're assessing our situation. It ain't good. This is why I was really hoping that diesel fuel thing would work, because so here's your transmission, here's your engine. This the oil pan. It ends way up there. We got to pull the motor. So yeah, we got to pull the black truck out of the way. Then we got to pull this truck back. Then we got to get the cherry picker in here. Then push this truck back in here. Pull the engine out. Take the oil pan off. And then clean some stuff and put it back on, right? Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be fun. Alright guys, so after we've taken all that apart, we determined that we cannot get the exhaust to come off the engine. So we've reverted to plan B. We were able to get all the bolts out, but the pan still won't come off for whatever reason. We've beat on it with a pry bar for like a half hour. It will not come off. So we have a side grinder, and this is probably where we should have started, actually. We're going to cut a hole in the, lowest part of the oil pan where our pickup screen is. And then we're going to clean that. Then we're going to grab a piece of steel and a tire inner tube and some gasket sealer maybe, and a bunch of self-tappers, and then seal this back up and forget it ever happened. That's the plan. Oh, I think I found the rest of the mouse nest. This is good stuff. So I think I can see where the pickup might be a little plugged. This is everything that was in the oil pan, not the nickel. That's just there for size comparison. This is the chunk that we cut out. But yeah, I could see where that would cause no oil pressure. So now we just gotta figure out exactly how we're gonna patch that back together. Put all this stuff back together that we really didn't need to tear apart. I just don't know if I want to do that tonight. Also, I'm covered in oil. Alright, so we got her back to where it's kind of looking like a truck again. You know, we got most of the stuff that we really didn't need to take off, put back on. I kind of look like a zombie. I feel like a zombie. It's currently 4 in the morning. We're going to call it a day. Well, I'm going to go milk cows. Dylan's going to, I don't know, go find me a woman. Good enough. Alright, we're going to be back here tomorrow. Well, today. Finish this. And see what our brake situation is. Oh, also we got to, patch the thing in the oil pan. See if we have oil pressure. That would be important.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, sounds like a plan. See you guys later. We're back. It is, well, the same day, but a few hours later. I've cleaned up our gaping hole in the oil pan. I got a piece of inner tube and a piece of some metal. We're going to be using that to seal it up. And we got some gasket sealer that is hard on this end, but squishy on this end. So, taking it out of this end. Anyway, there's a little bit of oil on here. I'm going to wipe that off, and then I'm going to put a bead around there of gasket sealer. And then we're going to take the rubber piece, put that up there, then our piece of tin, and we're going to self-tapper that to the bottom of our oil pan, and hopefully that works. And then we'll probably put a jack up here just to kind of hold it until this, you know, what's the word, becomes ready. And then we'll put oil in. And while we're waiting for it to set, we're gonna get the rest of the truck put back together. Got the gasket sealer on. Now we're gonna go on with the rubber. Hopefully that's good. We applied it very, very thick because I don't feel like doing this twice. All right, so we got our bottle jack holding up some blocks that are pressed up against our fancy seal. Hopefully that seals and we won't leak any oil. Got the S10 all ready to go. We got oil in. We put this back on. The hole is still being supported by the bottle jack. So far no leaks. It should be good to go. Yeah, the whole front end's back on. We just got to hook the battery up and turn the key, and if we have oil pressure, then I think we succeeded.
Yes.
Hey! I was worried for a second. Still don't want to idle. Must still be some stuff plugged in that injector. We're gonna put some seafoam down it. Hopefully that'll help it out. Alright, it's idling. It's shaking. But idling. This is one of those things that feels wrong. You know?
It can't be. If it was right, would we do it? We're back, guys. Wesley's right there. Tonight, we are going to be working on this list of things to finish up Rob's S10. We're going to get the front bumper bolted down, bleed the brake lines to see whether or not it's just air in the brake lines or if they need to be replaced. We're going to put guarding back on the bottom. We're going to tighten down the motor mounts because, you know, that whole engine was rocking. And if we get that done, we're going to see if we can test drive it. See if it'll run. See if it'll drive. Look at that thing in all its glory.
All right, we got most of the guards on. We got the one on the fuel tank. The fuel tank is ratchet strapped in. That's fine. One of the bolts on our oil pan patch that I self-tapered in, one of them didn't self-tap, so it's the far one there. We had to just put a little bit extra gasket sealer on it, and then I had the jack hold it up while we were doing all this, and then I jacked the front up, and we're trying to work on brakes right now. But there's a massive hole by the T in the rear. So what I did is I stuck a plug there, you know, expertly welded. And then we're gonna bleed these. I don't have that size, so we're not gonna bleed these. Hopefully there's not a lot of air in the fronts, but fronts are really, you know, they're the main thing you need anyhow. So this should be pretty good as long as the pedal feels good. We got it back down on the ground. We've got most of our, well, we've got a couple of things crossed off the list. The brake lines, they are going to be what they are, basically. The guarding, we got one piece left to go over the oil pan, but we're going to fire this thing up. So yeah, we're going to skip right to test drive. Fire it up, drive it around, get it hot, and then if nothing's leaking out of the oil pan, then we'll put that on. And if our brakes work, I think we're done. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna power wash it and then take it to my Uncle Joe. So I think he's gonna give it to his son to use as his first truck. So this is Robert's first truck. So he's pretty excited. Don't even have to help it? Wow.
You're at like 1,000 RPM.
Wow. Maybe tightening the motor mounts helped.
Maybe.
Alright, see if we got reverse. Alright, so first stop, we're going to go to the gas station. I have not tested the brakes yet. I'm scared.
Good thing the gas station's only like...
not that bad.
The gas station's only like, what, 1.5 miles away, 2 miles, so...
Yeah, we're getting close to E.
And it's not cold out, so it won't be a bad walk.
No, not at all. 60 pounds of oil pressure. Shifted. Hey, that's not bad. I'm not even like really trying.
Huh.
I'm just trying not to blow up brake lines. Surface engine soon. We just did.
Exactly. Hey, at least it's not lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. I mean, we only have one light blinking at us.
And we just missed the train.
Yeah.
Darn. We should have just parked this thing on the railroad tracks and jumped out. We're about to whip into the old Quick Trip. Sorry for the filthy windshield. There's like tree sap on it or something.
What side's this thing on?
I don't know, probably the driver's side.
Oh yeah.
Most Chevys are on the driver's side.
We're putting the non-ethanol stuff.
Yep, top dollar, high quality. It's not quite jet fuel, but it's the nicest Kellogg has to offer.
Right there, that's beautiful. That's just burning off all the oil and crap that I spilled. We're good.
Nice
See if it's
diesel.
leaking. Not a drop.
Oh, look at that. You might actually be able to see something out here now.
Wow. So we tried to take off and it died. Come on, I gave you the good fuel.
I wonder if your jump pack's low on juice.
I mean, it should be charging it. It says it's charging.
Oh. Oh, that sounds unhealthy.
Maybe we'll have to turn up the idle just a little. Look out, look out. Alright.
Well, the S10 died in the driveway when we got back to the shop. So we adjusted our idler screw. So hopefully it'll idle a little bit higher. Give her a crank.
Staying running. Well, we'll leave it there for now. If we need a little more, we'll give it a little more. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. We're gonna go test out our four-wheel drive. See if that works.
We also have a fire extinguisher here just in case things go.
Yeah, we thought that might be a good idea.
Based on the excessive amount of smoke.
We're down in the woods. Press the button.
We pushed the button for 4 high. No lights came on. Then we pushed the button for 4 low, and the light actually seemed to come on. So we don't know if it actually has 4 high or not, but we're gonna test out 4 low first.
4 low is the more important one anyway. Definitely in low.
Oh, it seems pretty sandy here.
Seems pretty sandy. Where are we?
Good question. I think somewhere around here there's that really big divot. Is it right here? No. Oh, we have a branch.
We have acquired a branch. We still have over 40 pounds of oil pressure. I think I found the road.
I don't think you're making it through.
Uh-oh. Now we gotta start pushing.
Well, guys, there's the front of the truck. You can kind of see it. Yeah. We got about half the tire buried.
Ooh, that's some hot sand.
Now that we kind of dug out the back wheels a little bit, I'm gonna push. Wes is gonna give her some gas.
Alright, so couldn't get ourselves unstuck, so we decided to try fixing our four-wheel drive situation. This vacuum line was dragging on the ground. We just ignored it earlier, but now we've cobbled a bunch of vacuum lines together. We got that plugging a vacuum leak. Hopefully whatever this was plugged into over there isn't super important.
Somewhere down there.
And then this heads over here. It goes down to your four-wheel drive thing, which is under your battery box. Got your diaphragm deal in there. And this cable shoots over to your transfer case. Or no, to your front diff to lock in your front four-wheel drive. In theory, we should be able to drive out right now with our back.
That didn't sound healthy.
That sounded really bad.
Yes. I mean, your tire was spinning, but I don't know.
I'd look underneath. Is there a drive shaft hanging down or something?
Maybe just rust?
Maybe that was it, like fully engaging.
Sure.
We'll tell ourselves that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Look at that.
Let's go!
I just heard something.
I'm a genius.
It sounded like metal. I also heard a yelling. Did you hear that?
I heard a yelling.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm scared. Let's go.
No, I heard like metal. I don't know what it was.
All right, well, now that four-wheel drive definitely works.
Works.
We're gonna, oh, so we can't go too fast. 'Cause now, after making four-wheel drive works, the hood doesn't latch for some reason.
Probably not.
Well, worst case scenario, we just disconnect the vacuum line. Oh yeah, I even heard it.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah. This is a good unit. Certified good. Rabbits. We got it back to the shop. It drove out under its own power after we screwed around with some vacuum lines for a little bit.
It's probably gonna do it for tonight, but in the morning we're gonna power wash it and then drop it off to Robert.
Wow.
See what he thinks.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try driving it there. But we're gonna bring the trailer to pick up that like 70s Ford. I think it's a dent side. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's like a F-150 Ranger. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll see it in the video, so
Yeah.
you guys will be able to tell us.
Thank you guys for all of our new subscribers. We're over 1,500 now. And so that means, as promised, we're going to be doing the Cummins swap. That's back there. that yellow thing in front of the dirt bike, in the Crown Vic. So make sure you subscribe if you're not, so you guys can see that. We'll see you guys in the morning.
Well guys, we got the turd all polished. Today is the day of delivery, and we're gonna be picking up that Ford pickup. We're hoping that Robert's home so we can see his truck. She's been running good. Wesley drove it back to his place last night. Didn't die on him. Started right up today. So things are looking promising. Stay tuned. We'll get back to you. Well, for us it'll be a few minutes. For you guys it'll be a few seconds. So before we drop it off, we're gonna stick one more can of seafoam in there. It seems to be running a little better, but this should help it. We do think it needs plugs and wires. Maybe that'll help it, but we're not gonna do that until we consult Joe.
Well, the S10 made it. It did pretty good. There's some smoke, but that's fine. Here is our Ford that we're after. You can't hardly see it due to the weeds, but it is there. Yeah, it's got rust, but cab corners are mostly intact. A little bit of rust above that fender. The front fender is in pretty good shape. So, yeah, we're gonna see if we can clear some stuff out of here, get some air in the tires, then figure out how we're getting this out. This one here, that one took air. The front one did not. We're gonna move over to this side. We got a tree it's growing around our taillight, so that's pretty good. This tire looks pretty bad, but maybe it'll take air. Hear the tree scratching the paint on the truck as this tire gets more air in it.
So all three of the tires held air on the truck. The driver's side front did not. But there's a digger of some sort right in front of the truck. So we're using the S10 to pull it out. That did pretty good. So with the digger somewhat out of the way, we're gonna back up the S10 and see how it'll pull the old Ford. We're just gonna drive right through the weeds because we're doing lawn care for Joe. He doesn't know that yet, but we are. attempt like number 4. We put boards under the front tires. Hopefully get it to go. We might need to use a tractor.
All right, attempt number 112. We got the Dodge here. It's thinking about it. Maybe give it a little tug. Perfect. That's a lot. That one's rolling. Alright, so we only got one tire that's locked up. The other ones must have broke free. Oh, we got her drug out. Yeah, it's just that one wheel that is locked up yet. That wheel still won't take air. But here's what our interior is looking like. We got the cripple package. We got air conditioning. That's pretty cool. Radio. And this is the Lariat model, so pretty fancy. The seat ain't that bad, really. Headliner's decent. Also, you guys, it is a manual. 4-speed. Got the overdrive. We don't got key. Maybe we'll find it around here somewhere. Maybe it's in the glove box. I don't know. I kind of like this topper it's got here. I don't know. It looks neat. Got Galaxy badge thing. Can't see inside the window. Okay, that's already open. You can dig your garden. Pretty good.
I don't see any holes that rusted all the way through besides that little one here.
Oh yeah, there's a hole there. And right there.
Oh.
But other than that, not too bad. On this other side, you can see where the tree rubbed up against it, but that actually just kind of looks cool.
It didn't really dent it too bad. I mean, there's a little divot there, but...
I was pulling the tree away as it was going up. I think that helped. That last time this thing was registered was 97, so that's like 27, 28 years. Is that math?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. My uncle said this truck's been here since he bought the farm, and he said that was about 30 years ago, so it must have just been parked when he got the place. So, yeah, really, the fenders are solid and everything, so this right here is where it's at. There's a tree that grew up next to it. We got her pulled out over there. Now we just got to figure out how to get it on the trailer. That's going to be fun. It looks good. I like it. Right, we're going to try to pull it right down to the trailer. And then we're going to try to get the S10 to push it on. There's a spider right there. Oh, our rear bumper dropped down, so then this was too high. It was just about to hit the tailgate. Hopefully these will help cushion it and we'll push her on. We ran into an issue. Our steps, we're gonna hit these. So we got, this is our tire for this side, and we got that side up on blocks. Well guys, we got it on the trailer and we managed to get it home. Yeah, this is what we ended up having to do because the fender's there, but it worked. It was maybe a little heavy for the 1500, but you know, we got to make it work a little bit. I think Dylan's probably the only guy that has two 6.0 Chevys and still uses a 3rd gen Dodge 1500 short bed to pull his trailer. But anyway, you guys, let us know what we should do with this truck. It might not be till spring till we get it going, but it'll certainly be back on the channel in the future. If this engine does end up being like completely shot, we can always take a yacht motor and put it in there. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.